Hello daughter, it's your mother, Berryboy_Ken, and welcome back to my channel. If you hear any background noise today, I want to apologize. My walls are paper thin, and my roommate is very loudly playing anime on Netflix. So yes, yeah, real annoying. We're just gonna try our best to bear through this because today we are reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 5, Episode 3. And as you know, every Friday a new episode comes out, so this is a review for you to catch up before the new episode. With me, Barry Bowen is cooking. So let's get right into this video. Do you guys like this look? I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, do something very different, do something very bold, do something a little out of the ordinary for myself. You know, gotta do something to bring it back. Gotta do something to bring you back. Come back to me, baby. Baby, come back to me. In my heart, I still believe. Okay, but enough of that. So, looking at my notes, which is literally a photograph of my notes. In this week's episode, everybody still hates Miss Cracker because of the comment that she made last week about vagina. Needed to go home, and just felt like Miss Cracker was overall being bullied, but obviously, you know, she said that she was being portrayed wrongly. That wasn't the scenario at all. The week begins. It's no mini challenge. We go straight into RuPaul, into the workroom, and apparently groups have already been selected for this week's mini challenge, which is to completely design and come up with a way to sell a hotel suite. So the groups are already picked. He calls out the groups. Blair Sinclair and Mayhem Miller are teamed together. Shea Coulee, Miss Cracker, and Mariah are teamed together, and then that leaves India, Jujubee, and Alexis. So these girls break into groups, and basically Miss Cracker is still feeling some type of way because Alexis desperately wants to know why Miss Cracker did what she did, and they feel like it was complete bullshit and strategy to try and get in Vagina's head to try to knock people off. Edie Mayhem Miller ended up tagging in and, you know, saying, you know, I have to call bullshit. Like, I feel like you're really trying to play the game here and trying to, you know, get into people's head as if this is some type of strategy, because Mayhem didn't have a good experience with Miss Cracker last week in their group. Speaking of that, Blair and Mayhem believe now that Miss Cracker is no longer in this group, that they have a better chances of focusing this week and doing well in the challenge. As for Alexis and India and Jujubee's group, Jujubee mentioned that she never won a challenge, and this is her third time competing for the crown. So that's quite interesting to, you know, mention in today's episode, because later on that's going to play into what's going on in the tea. But moving on to the other group. So Shea Coulee kind of moves into a little bit of a dominance in the group. You know, she's a respected queen, and she was a captain last week. So, you know, people trust her opinions on things as they're trying to brainstorm what they're going to do. And she comes up with Golden Girls group because, you know, she loves Golden Girls. And like she said, a feeling of nostalgia normally really brings people in. It can be a good selling point, and they can, you know, have witty jokes and stuff like that. Did that work? No. Moving forward, as they actually compete and going through the challenge, Miss Cracker, you know, she has some cute little puns in there, and Mariah was cute with, you know, the girthy meats, but some of the jokes wasn't landing, apparently. Now, at first, I didn't pay attention to this, and it caught me off guard simply because it's RuPaul's Drag Race. And if you're familiar with the show, the acting is hardly ever the best. It's normally kind of dry. The jokes are kind of and the acting is So I didn't really think too much about the fact that the jokes wasn't that landing, because like I said, Mariah was kind of funny. Miss Cracker had a few puns in there. The moment with the telephone and, why don't you call your grandmother? Hilarious. But it just didn't work out too good for their group doing the deliberation. By the way, Nicole guest stars from LA, and I love her. But yeah, doing the deliberation, they said that it just was not funny, and it did not work out for their group at all whatsoever. Moving on to the glamour zone. By the way, it sounds a lot like Glamazon, so you might be hearing from Rupauls lawyers. Not sure yet. But yeah, their whole thing was supposed to be like wild and crazy. And let me tell you, Juju Beat is the only one who stayed completely in character the whole time and actually tried to deliver jokes. And Juju Beat is just that type of bitch that whatever she said is gonna be funny. And everything she said was pretty much funny. Alexis has some few funny moments, but that's just because like she's just so like bubbly and all over the place. Like when she opens the can and it falls off and she's like, oh, what the hell? Pretty hilarious, but I mean that's just naturally like how she is. I probably would have done the exact same thing, honestly. So yeah. India, she wasn't funny at all. She had like one moment with like this holes thingy when she was supposed to be sexy, and it didn't work. She's an older queen, so you know a lot of older queens they still do some of the older practices, and she has her drag race voice, you know, the more feminine voice, and she's like, oh, this shower head is so sexy, and no, it just came across very monotone and just dry in personality. I just don't know why it's not coming across. I guess because like the best way to kind of like win drag race is be yourself. So if you're still too much inside the character or stuck within the character, it's not gonna work. Like a character works because you get the character, you're funny, and now you're playing this character, which is hilarious, and everybody's into the joke. Like, oh, ha ha ha, you're playing this character. You're playing a character who's trying to play a character who's not even sure who. No, girl. And all of that together, it just didn't work for the group. Like, no. Then you have the Golden Stars. Blair St. Clair and Mayhem Miller performance in this Golden Room or Rich Room is just too funny. Playing like these rich, hot celebs who apparently are so rich, their wig hair doesn't get stuck in their gloss. Playing these hot LA celebs was just so funny. I mean, there was an bitch like, rich, very rich, daddy rich, how rich, filthy. It was just so funny and obnoxious, and it played off very, very well. I thought the theme was good. They looked amazing. They had a few little moments in there like, don't let the big bugs bite. They're also very expensive. Or the mirror on the wall. Oh, bitch, you better slay. Nobody is as rich as you. They had moments like it was ups and downs, and they allowed the audience to really come in and enjoy this experience, which I think was really sold it. So, spoiler alert, they actually won this week's challenge, but well, not one. They was the top all stars, I would say, like the tops, but they didn't like win like the overall challenge of the week. Did that make sense? I think it did. Let's move on. So Juju B actually ended up winning, which I was surprised. I don't know why they keep giving. They just keep giving Juju these handouts. They just keep giving it to her. Not to say it's not well deserved. I mean, she's a real life star outside of Drag Race. She's everything. But I don't know how they got that reference. Like, they could have picked Blair or Mayhem to be the top that week, or like, I don't know, surprise us and do like a head-to-head lip sync battle for their legacy, and then they go up against the lip sync assassin. That would have been awesome to see. But they give it to Juju. I mean, she was the only funny one in her group, so I can kind of see that, and she slayed her runway. Like, it was so cute. We didn't get into runways yet, but it was so cute. So I can see, you know, how she could have possibly at one. So yes, she's the top all-star of the week. Now we can get into runways. Her runway was so cute. She did like seasons. So if you didn't know the category, of course you didn't know, this is a review. You're here to find out. The category was 3 looks in 1. So Juju B look started off as like a witch. She had like this black cloak on, rips it off, boom, baby. Now she's a Santa little mistress and it's so cute and hot. Then she takes off that, has this little Easter bunny headgear thing, and now she's for Easter, and it was so cute. Another top of the week for me was Miss Cracker's look. She came out as this beautiful like diamond egg. It had like shiny stuff all over it. You know, I like shiny things. It had shiny things all over it, and then she took it out and was like giving me like Princess and the Frog realness, and it was so beautiful and like olden area, somewhere when she could be like a princess on night. I don't even know. It was just so beautiful. Then she like rips that off and has like these tights on with this like long cape following her. She's giving you face, and she like rips that off and has like these tights on with this like long cape following her. She's giving you face, and let me tell you something. The girls are really coming for Miss Cracker because they truly know she's a threat. Shea Coulee said it best, like, she was already a threat in her season. She didn't make it all the way, but she was a threat all the way in her season. I mean, I don't blame her. How could you possibly win against Cameron Michaels in lip sync? She's a beast. But my soul queen. But yeah, Miss Cracker always been that girl, and she specifically said she passed on All Stars 4 because she said she wasn't ready. So you know she's here on All Stars 5. She's ready, bitch. Ready. That's why you're scared of her. Watch out. Another favorite of mine was Shea Coulee. I thought she absolutely killed it. They said her look wasn't polished and kind of looked costumey. If anything that wasn't polished was probably her makeup. But you have to think, she is the type of queen that is so amazing and so confident in what she does. She's not afraid to step outside of her boundaries and really get into something just to like put her hands in display of being such a like trailblazer and legendary queen. Just like the pole dancing thing, it wasn't the best, but like she said, she really wanted to do something different out of her comfort zone, and she only had like 10 classes. So I'm more than sure when she came out with this look, it was a push probably, but I thought it was so spectacular. I can't believe they tried to clock her and put her in the block. What? It was a gag, girl. It was a gag. It was a gag. Ugh. Gag. But another favorite of mine was Blair Sinclair. For her to be one of those queens who, when she first started off, did like seasonal pieces, like very old and like 50s, that's kind of like still on brand for her. So for her to translate that into doing 3 different decade looks was so smart. For going from the 50s to the 60s to this beautiful 70s look that was still like a touch of modern. Blair is someone to look out for. I don't know why people keep, I don't know, like second guessing her. Like, Blair's that girl, period. But glance at the notes. The bottoms were Shea Coulee, like I said. India ended up at the bottom for Shea was in the bottom. Let me first say that Shea was in the bottom because of an overall performance. They said the jokes didn't land and that her look wasn't polished. Then India ended up at the bottom for the same thing. She's just still not showing enough personality. She fell into the background. Normally when they tell you this twice, it's kind of like obvious. And I already know, I said it last week, that it's going to be kind of a toss-off between India and Mariah because these girls keep staying in the bottom and their personalities aren't quite strong enough. Amazing queens, but the personality department just isn't quite there. And to be an all-star, you have to really shine through. So Mariah ended up on the bottom as well. And what was her problem? Oh, they said her look was half-assed. Well, Michelle specifically said her look was half-assed, which I don't believe. She came out very futuristic. Like I said, personality not there. Drag up here. Came up with this, she said it was New York on what? Looked it so amazing. Then it switched. It was kind of like just kind of hanging or whatever, and then she had like this upper piece up. It was kind of like, I guess, like a dress, and then like when she revealed it, it turned into like more of a gown that was like more longer and flowy. I can kind of see how people would think it was half-assed. But it was so cute, like, but then it's All Stars. You have to be picky with everything because everyone's great. Uh, it's so dicey, but somebody has to be at the bottom. And girl, bitches are getting shady. Bitches is getting shady. Juju be talking about maybe sending Shay home because she's a competitor. She don't know what to do. And girl, Alexis voted for Shay. I couldn't believe. Well, Alexis been pretty shady all week, but let me not talk about that girl because a lot of people's giving her hate right now, and she's getting death threats. And ooh, it's just a show. Don't take it too seriously. But anyway, yeah, let's not get into her tea. But yeah, I thought about sending Shay home. Not only her, but Mayhem Muller too. Shay in the votes when he tried to take my girl out. But Mayhem had a good reason. She already made an alliance with India. She couldn't take her home. And then Mariah apparently was a close friend of hers, and they had close ties outside of Drag Race. And maybe she already knew that Shay was probably gonna be safe because she's a fierce competitor. It was really out of respect, and this is a competition. Voted for Shay. I was like, Shay deep boots, girl. Shay deep boots. Me personally, I probably would have voted India. I would have voted India. Probably. I have a bias. Mariah is just sickening to me. Not to say India isn't, but it's just, you know. But yeah, long story short, Juju B did not want to get Monet. Monet is a beast, you already know. And the lipstick that she had, unfortunately, was Mariah. So Mariah was the queen. They got sent home this week. They performed to Lizzo Juice, which is funny because I'm pretty sure I'd seen Monet perform to that song a few times. And yeah, she ended up getting sent home. Great. So that was my review of episode 3 of All Stars. Don't forget, it does come on tonight, a new episode at 8 Eastern time. And hopefully, if I'm not caught up in everyday life, I will be live tweeting along with the show. So that's that for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Please comment below. We keep them positive. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please, if you have not already, take the time, I'm begging you, to subscribe to my channel right now. Just pause the video, pause it, freeze frame it, subscribe to this channel. I need not kind of sort of, but I need it, please. I beg of you, if you love me, subscribe, baby, subscribe. And as always, listen to mother advice and spread love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.